Hey friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about sets. Grab your notebook. You're probably going to want to write some of these new words down. First things first, a set is just a collection of elements, and elements can be anything. They can be numbers, they can be letters, they can be items. We just gather them all together, and when we do that, we call that a set. So the first word that you're going to want to know is elements, and it's denoted with that E there. Here's some other information that we're going to be using. This first one is it looks sort of like a C, but it doesn't when it's typed out. This denotes a subset, okay? And I'll get into the definitions of all these in just a minute, but you may want to just write these down. Union, the U stands for union, and that is, I like to think of it as in either or. It's either in this one or on that one, or it's in both of them. That'll work. Intersection, however, is denoted with this N, and those are only where it overlaps. Then you'll see an S or a U, which is your universal set. That's basically your placemat of where, like, everything that's going to be included in what you're talking about, and that'll make more sense in just a minute. The last word is complement, and that should be it looks like an L, hard to read there. An L there. It's not compliment like, oh, your shoes are so wonderful today. No. That's compliment with an I. This is compliment with an E, which is this wine complements this dish that we're having for dinner tonight. Or, this color complements that person's eyes. It's something that goes with something else, and we denote that with an apostrophe. Basically, it's the opposite of the set, and again, that'll make sense in just a minute. So let's dive into this, because vocabulary doesn't mean much until we can start to play with those words. So let's say we've got this guy right here, our universal set, and the way that you would read this is X such that X is all prime numbers between 2 and 20. All prime numbers between 2 and 20. I think it makes sense first off to list off all of our prime numbers between 2 and 20. So let's go ahead and do that. We know then that it's going to be 2, 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, I think that is pretty much everything that we need there. Okay, so those are our prime numbers, right? That means that's our placemat. That's our whole, all of these numbers are going to land somewhere on this placemat. Now, for the L's and the M's, the best way to look at this is where do they overlap? And I see that they both share a 2 and they both share an 11. So that means when I go to put them onto my map here, and I think I want to use a darker color so that you can see it just a little bit better, that I'm going to say, okay, 2 and 11 goes right here in the middle, 2 and 11. Now for L, it also has 3 and 19, 3 and 19. For M, we also have 7 and 17. So now you can see I've put L and M onto my placemat. Now, remember, all of these numbers are included in the universal set, so some of these numbers up here are not included down here. Let's take a look. It looks like I'm missing 5, so that's going to go out here. 7 is here, 11 is here, 17 is here, and 19 is here. So it looks like I'm just missing 5 there. So now that we have this all like lined out, let's talk about what that means. So so we want to find the union between L and M. And remember, union means intersection. Union means the overlap between those, or it's the either or. I'm sorry. Let's make that a little bit clearer. It's the either this or that, or it's the overlap. So in this case, it could be 2, 3, 7, 11, 17, and 19. So the union between those two would be 2, 3, 7, 11, 17, and 19, like that. Now, N means intersection, and that is specifically just where they overlap. So in that case, the set would be just 2 and 11, because M and L overlap right here in the middle. Now, if I were to shade that, you will sometimes be asked to denote your Venn diagram by shading. So in that case, I would shade just this middle part. But for this guy, I would shade everything between L and M. Okay, now M with the little apostrophe means the complement of M. So everything that is not included in M. So that would be, in this case, 5, 3, and 19. But we, of course, we put it in order. So 3, 5, and 19 would be included as the complement of M. All right, let's try a couple of others. So looking at this guy, we have A is 2, 4, 7, 9, and B is 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Now ignore the universal set that I talked about on the last one. We're not even going to talk about the universal set part. I just want to talk about elements for this part. So this says, is 4 an element of A? So we go up and we look and we say, yep, it absolutely is, because 4 is included in A. Is 4 an element of B? No, it is not. It is not included. Another thing that you may want to consider too is B an element of 4? See how I flipped that around? That is, you can't, this isn't interchangeable. It's not like the commutative property in addition or multiplication where you can like add and subtract, or I'm sorry, add and multiply in any order. You can't do that, because is B an element of 4? That doesn't make any sense, because we don't have a set labeled 4 and we don't have anything that contains B. So we can't actually flip those things around. So hopefully that makes more sense. Okay, looking at this, it says, is C a subset of D? So we take a look at C, and it's 2 and 4, and D is 2, 5, and 6. So no, this would not be a subset of, C is not a subset of D, because C has both 2 and 4, and D has 2, 5, and 6. So it would not be a subset. Is D a subset of C? Well, no, because this has 2, 5, and 6, and this only has 2 and 4. For it to have be a subset, all of these numbers would need to be included in here. So this guy is no as well. So hopefully that gave you a bit of an introduction to sets and that language. If you have any questions, leave them below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.